Hey guys, today I have a review on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This comes with 1 fluid ounce. I'm in the shade 305N. I will try to put in the comments down below, I'll pin a comment with all my shade matches. If you are one of those shade matches, this would probably be a good bet for you. This is supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, like a neutral olive undertones. Let me make sure, just to make sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be a medium skin with neutral olive undertones. So I thought that this would be a good bet for me. It did really match my skin, and I'm gonna show the demo around here, but I do feel it's a tad a bit more yellow undertone than I expected. So that is something to watch out for. I would definitely say, based on the swatches online, I would definitely better go in store and match yourself than kind of go by swatches. Lately, I feel like a lot of companies, when you see the swatches, they don't really you know, because it all just depends on where they swatched them, lighting, that whole 9 yards. So it's so much better to go into stores. So this is a glass bottle. It does have a nice pump, which I absolutely love, and it says foundation down the front of it, which is really nice and sleek, and then their name on the other. So it is being sold for $38. It's at Ulta, Sephora, you know, the whole caboodle. There's 50 shades, and it has quite a few claims on it. It's supposed to be water resistant, luminous, natural finish, healthy looking, medium coverage, long wearing, non-cakey, free of flashback, and free of oxidating. It comes in 3 different undertones, which is cool, warm, and neutral, and it comes in fair, light, medium tan, or deep skin tone. So it's supposed to help you find your shade match. Like I said, it seems like the undertones are a little bit off, and by some of the reviews that I've seen, I've also seen people say that it's kind of seems like it's a better bet for you to just go in store and match yourself. So this is what the box came like, and it also, which I really liked, is free of alcohol, gluten, and is vegan for anyone who is interested in that. I did take a picture with flash, which I will be showing around here, and also did timestamps as far as how it wore throughout my job. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with this foundation. I did not check the claim of it being water resistant, but it seems to me like it is something that pretty much stayed put for me. And I did test this out various ways. I tested it out the way that it says, which is that it claims that you do not have to set it. And then I did set it with a powder to see how it would wear as well. So let me go ahead and tell you guys, the first time I wore this, I wore it without setting it. I wore it with no powder. I just put it on, and that's what you actually see the pictures of, and the video of me applying it is just by itself, no setting it, just, you know, with a sponge I applied it to my full face. And the coverage that it gives is a very nice medium coverage. I can still see like my age spots kind of peeking through, but not anything like overly like way too heavy of a coverage. And I feel like it didn't look cakey. It did not have a flashback, which I did take a picture with a flash, and it did look very luminous and very healthy and skin-like, which I really enjoyed. And it wore really nicely for not setting it with a powder. By the end of the day, I did kind of look a little bit greasy in certain areas. I do have more combination, a little bit drier patches in certain areas, but for the most part, I have combination skin. I am going to be turning 37 soon, so I am over 35, and I felt like it didn't, you know, seep into these kind of crevices or any kind of issues that I had whatsoever. I feel like it looked very healthy, very beautiful, exactly what she kind of described it. What I really wanted from a foundation is exactly what I got, was this like luminosity, very skin-like kind of finish. But with skin-like and medium coverage, you also, like if you have problematic skin or issues where you want to have like heavy coverage, then this probably isn't for you. Also, if you have oily skin, if you don't set it, this is probably just gonna slip off your face. So that is just something that just to keep in mind, just because by the end of the day I look so greasy, and I have combination more drier skin. So definitely someone who has oily skin, this I don't think it's gonna last unless you set it. So once I did set it and I used it another day with powder, I felt like the longevity was there, but I kind of also felt like once you set it with a powder, it kind of takes away, depending on the powder that you use, it's going to take away from that luminous kind of look to the foundation. So to me, I rather use this without setting it. That's the kind of look that I want from it, is exactly the claims that it has for it to look luminous and healthy. So it kind of takes away from it, the whole powder, using it, you know, using powder to set it takes away from the whole claims of it. And I thought it was pretty funny that they came out with the matte powder at the same time of the foundation. I didn't buy the powder just because I have a crap ton of powders and I'm not looking for another matte powder. I just want more of a glow, more of that luminosity to my skin. So if you're more of an oily skin girl, then maybe pick up the powder, since it is a matte powder, to go alongside of this foundation if you want that. But if you're looking for a luminous foundation, then you would probably have to wear this with either more of a luminous powder to set it, or wear it on its own and let it set. And I was really impressed because I am someone who always sets my foundation, so to use this without setting it, I was a little scared at first, but then I was super blown away at how beautiful it looked on the skin. So I'm really impressed by this. I have to say the cons have been the shade range, having to go in store to pick up my shade, and that's probably it. Other than that, I really enjoy this. This is not going to be for everyone. It's just going to depend on what you're looking for. So just as you know, the things that I've mentioned and said, the pros and cons here in this video, then that will kind of help you determine whether this is going to be for you or not. So I do feel like this is going to be more for someone with drier, more mature skin, someone who wants more of that luminous, natural kind of looking skin, rather than someone who wants like a full beat, long, you know, full coverage, super long wearing foundation. This to me wears nicely for the majority of the time, but that's based on my skin type, not you know, so not everyone's going to have that longevity on their skin. So before I keep rambling on and on about the same thing, overall I do like this foundation. Let me know what kind of skin type you had. Did you have a good luck with this one, or did you not? I'd love to hear back from you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much my my take on this foundation, and I'd love to hear back from you guys. Thank you guys as always for watching, for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that little button down below and subscribe. It's free. It's the little red one right there, right there. Go ahead, click it. And also down below I do have my social medias as well, so if you want to keep up with me there. And yeah, that is all for today. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.